They came out of nowhere. A band of digital pranksters. Their weapon of choice? Not guns or bombs, but lines of code. Their mission? To expose security flaws and make the world laugh while doing it. They were LulzSec, and for a brief, glorious moment, they were the internet's most wanted. Buckle up, because this is the story of how a group of keyboard warriors turned the digital world upside down. To understand LulzSec, you gotta understand their roots. This isn't just a story about a group of hackers, it's a tale of rebellion, humor, and a digital revolution. Think back to the early days of Anonymous, a time when the internet was a wild frontier, and digital activism was just beginning to take shape. Anonymous, that shadowy collective of online activists known for their Guy Fawkes masks, became a symbol of resistance. They were the digital Robin Hoods, fighting against perceived injustices with their keyboards as their bows and arrows. Their penchant for digital disruption was unmatched. They were the ones who could bring down websites, expose secrets, and make the powerful tremble with a few keystrokes. Anonymous was a force to be reckoned with, taking on everyone from the Church of Scientology to government censorship. Their operations were bold, their tactics unorthodox, and their impact undeniable. But within this sprawling online movement, a smaller, more chaotic group began to emerge. They were the rebels within the rebellion, the ones who wanted to push the boundaries even further. They were tired of Anonymous's serious tone, its rigid hierarchy. They wanted to break free from the constraints and inject some much-needed humor into the world of hacktivism. They wanted to have fun, to laugh in the face of authority, and to show that even in the world of hacking there was room for mischief and merriment. And so, LulzSec was born. They were the merry pranksters of the digital age, the ones who could turn a serious cyber attack into a punchline. They were the mischievous younger sibling of Anonymous, the class clown who also happened to be a tech genius. They had the skills to pull off major hacks, but they did it with a wink and a nod. They were a tight-knit crew, a band of brothers and sisters, in digital arms, united by their shared love of chaos and their desire to expose the absurdity of it all. They celebrated their victories with laughter and camaraderie, knowing that they were making their mark on the digital world. Their operations were a blend of serious skill and playful antics. They exposed vulnerabilities not just to make a point, but to make people laugh. They showed the world that even in the serious business of hacking, there was room for humor and humanity. LulzSec's targets were high-profile and their methods unorthodox. They hacked into major corporations, government websites, and even entertainment companies. But unlike other hackers, they did it with a sense of flair and a touch of comedy. News outlets couldn't get enough of them. Headlines screamed about their latest exploits, and anchors reported on their hacks with a mix of awe and amusement. LulzSec had become a household name, a symbol of the new age of hacktivism. Cybersecurity experts were both impressed and concerned. They marveled at LulzSec's technical prowess but worried about the implications of their actions. LulzSec was a double-edged sword, a group that could both entertain and disrupt. Their hacks were often timed to perfection, executed with a precision that left their targets scrambling. But for LulzSec, it was all part of the game. They reveled in the chaos they created, knowing that they were leaving a lasting impact. They were the jesters of the digital realm, the ones who could make a serious statement with a joke. Their messages were often laced with humor, a reminder that even in the world of hacktivism, there was room for levity. LulzSec's journey was one of laughter and disruption, a testament to the power of humor in the face of authority. They showed the world that even in the darkest corners of the internet, there was light to be found. And so, the band of merry hacktivists left their mark on the digital landscape, a legacy of laughter and chaos that would be remembered for years to come. LulzSec was more than just a group of hackers. They were a movement, a statement, and a reminder that sometimes, the best way to fight the system is with a smile. LulzSec burst onto the scene like a digital firecracker in May 2011. Their target? Fox News. This was no ordinary hack. It was a bold declaration of their capabilities and intentions. The group, known for their audacious and often humorous approach, aimed to show the world that no one was safe from their reach. These guys weren't afraid of anyone. They operated with a level of confidence and bravado that was both impressive and terrifying. Their actions were a mix of digital protest and sheer mischief, designed to grab attention and make headlines. They hacked into the network, stole confidential data, and even posted a fake news story on the Fox News website. This wasn't just a simple breach, it was a full-scale assault on the credibility of a major news outlet. The fake story claimed that President Obama was assassinated, causing a brief but intense wave of panic and confusion. This wasn't just about exposing security flaws anymore, it was about making a statement. LulzSec wanted to show that even the most secure systems could be compromised, and they did so with a flair that was hard to ignore. Their actions were a form of digital graffiti, marking their territory in the vast landscape of the internet. Next up on their hit list, the PlayStation Network. This was a move that would affect millions of people around the world, disrupting one of the most popular gaming platforms of the time. Remember that time when millions of gamers were locked out of their accounts for weeks? Yeah, that was LulzSec. The attack not only caused frustration among gamers but also highlighted the vulnerabilities in Sony's security infrastructure. It was a wake-up call for the industry, showing that even the biggest players were not immune to cyber attacks. They brought the gaming giant to its knees, exposing the vulnerability of even the biggest online platforms. The outage lasted for 23 days, during which time personal information of over 77 million accounts was compromised. This incident led to a significant loss of trust and a massive financial hit for Sony. But LulzSec weren't just about taking down big corporations. Their targets were diverse, ranging from government agencies to private companies and even individuals. They operated with a sense of impunity, driven by a mix of ideology and the thrill of the hack. They also went after security firm HB Gary Federal, a company that claimed to have unmasked members of Anonymous. Big mistake. HB Gary's CEO, Aaron Barr, had boasted about his ability to identify anonymous members, which turned out to be a grave miscalculation. LulzSec retaliated by stealing thousands of company emails, exposing their inner workings and embarrassing them on a global scale. The leaked emails revealed questionable practices and internal conflicts, causing significant damage to HB Gary's reputation. This incident served as a stark reminder of the power and reach of hacker collectives like LulzSec. LulzSec's actions were not random. They were carefully planned and executed with precision. Each attack was a statement, a way to challenge the status quo and expose the weaknesses in the systems we rely on. Their exploits were a mix of technical prowess and psychological warfare, designed to create maximum impact. The media coverage of LulzSec's activities only fueled their notoriety. They became a household name, synonymous with high-profile cyber attacks and digital anarchy. Public reaction was mixed. Some saw them as modern-day Robin Hoods, while others viewed them as dangerous criminals. For LulzSec, the attention was a form of validation. They reveled in the chaos they created, celebrating their victories in online forums and chat rooms. Their exploits were a testament to the power of the internet and the potential for disruption in the digital age. As they continued their campaign, it became clear that LulzSec was not just a passing phenomenon. They were a force to be reckoned with, challenging the very foundations of cybersecurity and pushing the boundaries of what was possible in the digital realm. Their early exploits and publicity stunts set the stage for a new era of cyber warfare, one that would have lasting implications for years to come. Section 4. A global stage for digital mayhem. LulzSec takes on the world. As LulzSec's notoriety grew, so did their ambition. What started as a series of pranks and small-scale hacks quickly escalated into a full-blown campaign of digital chaos. The group, initially known for their playful and often humorous attacks, began to set their sights on more significant and impactful targets. Their early successes emboldened them, and they realized the potential they had to make a statement on a global scale. They were no longer content with just targeting individual companies or organizations. The thrill of outsmarting security systems and the rush of seeing their exploits make headlines drove them to push the boundaries further. They wanted to show the world that no one was safe from their reach, not even the most powerful entities. They set their sights on bigger game governments. The idea of breaching the defenses of state institutions was both a challenge and a statement. It was a way to demonstrate their prowess and to mock the very systems that were supposed to protect society. The audacity of their attacks sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. The CIA, the US Senate, and even the UK's Serious Organised Crime Agency all felt the wrath of LulzSec. These were not just random targets. They were carefully chosen to maximize impact and media coverage. Each successful breach was a testament to their skills and a blow to the perceived invulnerability of these institutions. They infiltrated websites, defaced pages, and leaked sensitive information, causing embarrassment and operational disruptions. The leaks often contained sensitive and classified information, which not only compromised the security of the institutions, but also exposed their vulnerabilities to the world. The defaced websites served as a digital graffiti, a mark of their presence and a reminder of their capabilities, all while taunting their victims with their trademark wit and sarcasm. Their messages were often laced with humor and mockery, turning serious breaches into a form of digital theater. They used social media to amplify their voice, engaging with the public and their victims in a way that was both entertaining and provocative. Their exploits made headlines around the world, capturing the imagination of the public and the media. Each new attack was a story, a headline, a topic of discussion. They became a symbol of the new age of digital warfare, where a small group of individuals could challenge the might of nations, turning them into unlikely folk heroes for some and dangerous cybercriminals for others. To some, they were modern-day Robin Hoods, fighting against the establishment and exposing the flaws in the system. To others, they were a menace, a threat to security and order. This duality only added to their mystique and their legend. They were a constant thorn in the side of law enforcement, who were often left scrambling to respond to their latest exploits. The authorities were always one step behind, trying to catch up with a group that seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time, a digital enigma that seemed impossible to catch. Their ability to evade capture and continue their activities only added to their legend. They were ghosts in the machine, a reminder of the vulnerabilities of the digital age. Their story is a testament to the power of the internet and the new forms of activism and criminality it has enabled. Section 5: The Walls Close In. The FBI's Operation Unmask and the Fall of LulzSec. But LulzSec's reign of digital mayhem couldn't last forever. The FBI, humiliated by the group's constant mockery, launched a full-scale investigation dubbed Operation Unmask. They were determined to bring these digital outlaws to justice. As the FBI closed in, cracks began to appear in LulzSec's seemingly impenetrable armor. The group had always prided itself on its loose structure and anonymity, but this also made them vulnerable. One by one, key members were identified and arrested. Their online identities, once shrouded in secrecy, were revealed to the world. The game, it seemed, was finally up.